So where is Allah? The easy answer is the creator is not within his creation. Now look at the sun. The biggest, most innermost thing we can perceive is the sun. Yet you can fit inside of it 1.3 million of this earth we call home. Now look at the surrounding universe, the galaxies, the planets, expanding for miles of hundreds of thousands of light years. Now if the sun itself and the surrounding planet and the expansive frame we have there, hundreds of thousands of light years of just one galaxy that is perceivable. And all this is boxed inside the first heaven, not the second, not the third, not even the seventh heaven. Then what do you think of the creator of this magnificent creation? Do you see where I'm going with this? The creation, its greatness is limitless. We are still poking around to see whether we can get to the very wall that ends it, and we can't get there. We know this because of the Prophet himself was raised by the angel to the threshold where the first heaven ended. He couldn't get to the second heaven until after an angel allowed him. Asked, who is there? Were you asked to come here? And we know that one angel can overturn the world. He gave him permission to come inside. Now, just to give you an idea of how great the universe is itself. To put this in context, let's look at Hadith of Abdullah ibn Mas'ud, who said that the first heaven, between the first heaven and the second heaven is 500 years. Second to third, 500 years. Third to fourth, 500 years. To the seventh, 500 years. And between the seventh heaven and the Kursī is another 500 years. And above the Kursī, we have water, an expansive water. And above that water, we have the throne of Allah. And above that throne is Allah. That is where Allah is. And no deed, no matter how small, goes unnoticed by Allah. That is Allahu Rabbul Alamin. Now if we take all these heavens from 1 to 7 and compare them to the Kursī I mentioned earlier, not even the throne of Allah, it is as if we take a ring and throw it in a vast desert. Where is Allah? The only way we can know about Allah is by He himself telling us about himself through authoritative, unquestionable documents or statements, which is the Qur'an and the Hadith. And we find therein him saying, that he is above his throne. And our innate disposition knows that he is above and nowhere else. That is why we find a number of times, even the atheist who believe that who doesn't even believe in God, in his despair and need, his disposition makes him to raise his hand upward because he knows that Allah is above. Is Allah everywhere? No, he's not everywhere. His knowledge and sight encompasses the whole universe. Nothing escapes him, but he himself is above his heavens. The human nature is to probe into something again and again until we get to the very bottom of it. We get every detail down. But there are certain things that escape us. We can't reach to the very end because we have limited capacity. Limited capacity in terms of things we can see, the parameters in distance, the parameters in light intensity. We can't even look at the sun. Limited capacity in terms of things we can think. We can't have a human being working 24/7 because he has that limitation. So therefore, we can innately know that Allah exists. We can innately know that He is above, but we can't encompass something that's greater than us. And that is why you find a man coming to Imam Malik and telling him that, how is Allah above his throne? He said, him being above his throne in terms of him being above his creation, with his attributes and all that is fitting of him is known. As for how he is above his throne is unknown. And asking about this is innovation. All this tells you one thing, the greatness of Allah, and tells you to refer to his own statement that is uncontradictory, unquestionable, and authoritative, which is the Qur'an, the verbatim word of Allah, to tell you about Allah, so that you will revere him as he is supposed to be revered. So where is Allah? Allah is above his throne Jalla wa ala.